Lock that tunnel door to the control center. That should keep us from being able to transport those forces loaded with DC-62.
Yo, welcome back to another Division 2 video, man. And today I'm going to be showcasing one of my favorite builds I like to use in PvE when I'm farming for my pieces. This thing rips, man. So I'm just going to let you guys sit back, relax, watch the gameplay through, and I'll catch you in the build showcase. So yeah. Yo, I hope you guys enjoyed that gameplay. John in the back there did enjoy it, but he's not very happy at the moment because we need likes, man. Smash that like button. Let's get 50 likes on this build video. I would appreciate it a lot. If you're new to the channel, like I always say, make sure you subscribe, man. Hit that bell notification so you know when I'm uploading. We got loads of videos on the roll, man, and I appreciate all the support. Let's dive into this build and why I'm using it, man. But let's go into the weapons first. You know, we got the Pyromaniac. Why are we using the Pyromaniac? I'm throwing it back. I ain't used this gun in a long time. Okay, talents on here. What does this gun do? Okay, deals 25% weapon damage to enemies that are burning. After 3 kills, it applies burning to the next enemy you hit. So this is just basically stacking up burning across your enemies, across the NPCs. This is going to be doing a lot of damage, and I love a gun like this, especially when I'm going towards stats effects. Cool attributes on here are not too bad. We got assault rifle damage at 15% there. The rest pretty decent, but again, I'm not very good at farming, so you guys can have a better gun than me, and I don't care. But yeah. Weapon damage on here, we're basically at 70k, which is decent, and I love a build like this, man, with this gun. I really do enjoy it. So, secondary gun, we're using the Pestilence. Why? Because this gives the enemy a debuff and also gives you an extra 100% weapon damage over 10 seconds, which stacks up to 50 times. But whenever an enemy dies with this debuff, all stacks are transferred to a nearby enemy within 25 meters. So again, guys, it's just more stacks upon stacks. If I want to switch to my Pestilence, I can do that if I want. If I want to keep on using my Pyromaniac, I can do that if I want. I'm going to keep burning enemies, okay? So guys, make sure you go towards something that's towards your playstyle and don't just copy everything I'm using or anyone else that, you know, what they're using. Go towards your playstyle. This is my playstyle, okay? So For the pieces, the first piece we're using a golem gear for the mask. Now again, I can use the vial mask, but what did I do? I deconstructed it by accident. So that's my fault. I need to go get it again. It's literally as soon as I had this build in my head and I was making it, and then literally just about to record, I realized that I don't have it. But I still want to put the build out there for you guys. But just know that the vial mask with this would hit way better. Golem gives us that 10% status effects for one piece, so again that's why I've gone with this. We have armor on top. You can go towards another skill tier, but I just feel like I just wanted a little bit of survivability there. I know it's not going to do much, but again, you can go with what you want to go with. Attributes on the bottom, stats effects, crit chance, and a mod slot of skill duration. So for the chest piece, we are running a Walker's chest, which gives us an extra 5% weapon damage. You can go towards a chest piece that is going towards your guns or whatever. So if you're using an AR, use a Fenris. If you're using an SMG, use a Sokolov. But for me, I just went with the Walker's for now. Weapon damage on top, crit chance, crit damage, and a mod slot of skill haste there. Now for the talents, what are we using? Trauma. What does this actually do? So this applies blind to an enemy that you hit in the head. Okay, so that's what you got to do. Apply bleed to an enemy hit in the chest. So that's the easiest one. Okay, you can just shoot at the chest and you're going to be applying a bleed towards that enemy for 30 seconds. It's the cooldown. Okay, so with this whole talent, this is actually synergizing with your whole build because it's giving you 2 extra status effects that you can use. Just tap an enemy in the head, they're going to be on blind. Tap them in the chest, they're going to be bleeding. So it's a lot of synergy going towards this sort of build with the whole status effect thing. So keep that in mind, and that's why I've gone with trauma. You guys can go with anything else, but for me, that's what I'm using. You could even use the Ridgeway's chest if you're really going towards that bleed. For the holster, this is part of the gear set that we are using throughout this build, and I love this gear set for status effects, man. It's really fun. So we're using Eclipse protocol. 2 pieces gives you 15% status effects. Again, that's what we're going towards. 3 pieces gives you 15% skill haste and 30% hazard protection. For the 4th piece, it gives us a talent, indirect transmission. So what does this actually do? Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 10 meters. Again, this is more stacking onto enemies. We have loads of this going on in this build, okay? And refresh 50% of the duration. For the core attribute, we have skill tier there. That's going to help with our skills. That's going to help with what's going on in this build. Attributes, status effect. So now you guys know what Eclipse protocol does. It's easy to go across the build now. So for the knee pad, we just have status effects on the bottom. Again, for the glove, status effects there. And for the backpack, what does the backpack actually give you for a talent? Because we all know with gear sets, they like to give talents on the pieces. But we have a mod slot of skill haste there, just to remind you. For the talent, where it actually does it, it amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. So that's going to increase your damage. It's going to amplify all of that damage you're dealing towards these enemies that are, you know, getting affected by your status. So all of that is going to synergize, and it's just going to bring so much damage into one build with all these pieces. You're going to be using the Pyromaniac, you're going to be using the Pestilence, that extra 100% weapon damage. You're going to be using Trauma to blind them, to bleed them. We've got Eclipse Protocol to get all that status effect all on there. And for the skills, what are we using? The Fire Starter, okay, this is the Chem, the Fire Chem. This is going to burn the enemies. Now, what does that go with? Your Pyromaniac, okay? 25% weapon damage to burning enemies. There's a lot going on in this build, and I love this for PVE. I really do. Now, for tier 5, what does it actually give us? It gives us plus 5 ammo, 25% radius, 50% burn duration, and 50% burn damage. Again, you can go with a tier 6. It's going to be extra more damage. Way better. It's going to be way better than this. But for me, man, I'm sitting at a tier 5. For the second skill, we're using a striker drone. Why? Just for a little bit of crowd control, just to help us throughout our mission or our control point. This drone is going to be hitting very hard, especially with that tier 5 on there as well. So again, go with whatever skills you want, because you can change up your status. You can go with anything. A bleed hive, do what you want to do, okay? Now, for the stats, we're going to just show you how much damage we're actually doing in terms of, you know, with all of this stuff. So for the burn damage, we're sitting at 231k. Again, yours will be better, because if you're going towards a tier 6 there, this is going to be way better. Our skill haste is sitting at 47%, which is good. Okay, and yeah, man, just go towards what you feel is best with the build like this. For the damage on the drone, we're sitting at 39,000. Okay, so So guys, man, I appreciate you watching this build, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet, okay? Last but not least, specialization. We're using a technician. Why are we using the technician? Okay, so let me just show you why we're actually using this thing, okay? So what does this actually give us? It gives us an extra skill tier. So say if you're sitting at 5 skill tier and you use specialization of technician, you're going to be sitting at 6 because it's giving you an extra skill tier. That's why I'm sitting at 5 skill tier, because this is actually saving me, man. This is helping me a lot. Again, there's so much you can do with this specialization. You can use anything else that's going to go towards a build with this specialization. But for me, that's the main reason why I'm using technician. And with all skill builds and sort of status effect builds, I like to use technician anyway, because it gives you an extra look here, plus 10% skill damage. Okay, it gives you mods to increase your bleed highs, so that's why I'm using a technician. It's just only right, man. It's only right to use this specialization with a build like this. But again, guys, this is my build. This is the way I'm running it. You can choose things that are different guns, different pieces, different attributes, different talents, different skills, different specializations. Go towards your playstyle. But for me, this is how I run this build. This build is very good in PvE. Gets NPCs out, gets your missions done quicker. I like to farm with this build for sure, because when I used it just recently, it was very fun. So again, guys, if you want to build like this, put it in your own way. Don't copy and paste this one. I would appreciate it a lot. Spin Division Addiction, like I always say, hit that like button. Let's get 50 likes into this video. I would appreciate it a lot. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and the bell notification. Let's keep going, man. Spin Division Addiction, and I'm out, man. Peace.